But now it's like you have this opportunity to be focusing on more time with yourself and with people who they want to be in your position in certain areas of your life. And one of the biggest things that stops people from either having mentees or communicating with mentees is the way that they view themselves. So Anthony, for example, has been going through this recently as well, where like he's always viewed himself as just this little child because he's 17 years old, he's 19 years old, and he's comparing himself to these other people in Enagic who are decades older than him, and thinks that, oh, because I'm 19, like I don't have any value, life experience to give to the people, which isn't true whatsoever, because he's actually got a ton of life experience, he's got a ton of value, and people want and need to hear from him. And so if you view yourself just simply by your age, then that's not going to help you in being able to actually go and be somebody else's mentor, guide in that particular area. But another way that people do this is they look at their financial results and they see that, you know what, I've not actually made that much money online. My business hasn't actually made that many sales. So because I haven't made like that much income or sales or profits, then I can't be somebody else's, coach, mentor in this particular area, which is really not true whatsoever. The truth is that you might not be able to mentor them in the area of sales, money, or in Anthony's case, being a 19-year-old, but you must have other areas of which you are every single day making improvements in. Because if you are spending time with your mentors who are teaching you how to grow in an area faster, and you're implementing because you're spending time with yourself, doing things that you need to do, then chances are there's going to be growth. And as long as you are at least one step in front of whoever is wanting to learn from you, then there's no reason for why they wouldn't want to receive from you. In fact, the closer that you are to them, the more that the message will be heard. And I give you the analogy, it's like you could have one person who, right now you guys are in the UK and I'm out here in Morocco. Who would you rather listen to in terms of getting directions from? Would it rather be myself out here in Morocco shouting across the ocean, this is how you can get here? Or would it rather be you who could be 5 meters away from yourself? The difference is you get a clear message because of the relatability versus somebody who is like eons away and it's just not even relatable anymore. And so you switch it in terms of the mindset and the frame. And instead of it being a case of, oh, this person won't listen to me because I'm only one step ahead, it's like, I am the most qualified person for somebody else to listen to right now in this particular area because it's the most relatable. There's nobody else who's going to connect with them as much. Without connection, there's no actual transference in terms of the education, the value, the message. So I'd say in terms of where you're at right now, like just take a look at some of the achievements that you've had. Like it could be in the beginning over your entire life. It's one of the things that I teach in the God Life program. And in fact, it's one of the things that even Balazs said to one of my team members when we went to the Enagic event, because he asked, like, how can he remind himself of his value that he has to share with other people, especially when he doesn't have the results or whatever. And the exercise is you want to write out a list of what we call a why I'm so awesome list. And it's just all your best achievements that you've ever had in your life. And it could be something small, it could be something little, but that little small something could mean so much to another person. It could be huge. I mean, I said it to you on the very first call, Alex. I was like, you have what I want. You have the life that I want. You have twins. I want twins. How did you do that?
You can't tell me.
But You get what I'm saying, right? Like you had the kids, you had the partner, you had the family, you had all these things. I've not focused any of my time and attention on that particular area of my life whatsoever. You have that. You have experienced it, even if there's not always been like the dream situation in terms of things being smooth and happy and positive all the time. What about the wisdom that you can share from the experiences that haven't been so great? Because truly, it's like another great story that really can help you to see the value that you really have right now is the story of the vase that was dropped onto the floor. I think I might have told you before, Alex. I can't remember, but it's basically about how there was this guy who bought a vase, and this vase might be worth a couple of £100 or something, but he dropped the vase. And as he dropped the vase, it shattered into like tons of little pieces. And he decides that he's going to go and put away the vase into the bin. And as he's doing this, somebody looks at the vase and shattered in millions of pieces. And the guy putting it in the bin and says, "What are you doing? How can you put that thing away?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? It's broken." But the guy's like, you don't see the value. So can I take it from you and I'll pay you like £10 or whatever? So the guy's like, "Yeah, of course. I'll take it. I don't care." So he took the broken vase and he puts it back into his office and he starts repairing the vase together. And then he goes and sells it on. And when he sells it on, he actually sells this vase for like millions of dollars, millions of pounds. And the reason for why he was able to do that is because when he actually repaired it, he glued the vase together with liquid gold. So when he was viewing it, he was like, this is an incredible opportunity for me to make it better than it was even originally. Because the beauty and the value is not in the perfection, but the imperfection and the cracks. The gold is in the cracks. That's where that lies. So your actual experiences as a father, as a husband, where you have gone through struggles, that might be tough to share. I get it. Especially if you're going through it like right now. But things that you've experienced in the past where you didn't show up as a good father, you didn't show up as a good husband, you could have been a better leader of the household or whatever, and you tell that story and experience of how you messed up. Like, the amount of value that would be in there is insane. Because then I wouldn't go and repeat those mistakes. I wouldn't do those things. You see now how you can actually turn your biggest adversaries into your biggest assets. But sometimes, because we're so attached to coming across as like this perfect person online, which is just not real or authentic whatsoever, then we miss this opportunity to actually go out there and give people the value that they deserve from you. Because like, nobody is really going to get value from you saying, "Yeah, I got this amazing wife, kids, and it's perfect all the time." I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I do it. It's just, it is what it is. There's people that sometimes do that, like when they hit high ranks in an AGIC and they just say like, "I don't know. I just kind of like stuck it out and just did what I was supposed to do. I didn't really have any obstacles, like any things that I shouldn't have done." There's no value in that. But I look at my story and I'm like, yeah, guys, 5 years and £100,000 in like advertisements. I messed up big time. I got so much value and mistakes that you can avoid. So you are able to actually go and do it the way that you need to. But if somebody just clicks their fingers and gets the results like that, yes, you get the success, but you don't get the story. You don't get the wisdom. You don't get the results.